They targeted the protesters. Next up, the pastors. The IRS could be coming to a church near you, and you can thank the atheists for that. They struck a deal with the troubled agency, giving it the power to keep a closer eye on nonprofit religious groups. Jack Hibbs is senior pastor of Calvary Chapel in Chino Hills, California. He says the worst part, churches like his are being completely left in the dark about this. Good morning, Pastor. Thanks for being with us. So the atheists, in essence, are forcing the hand of the IRS to go in and take a look at sermons and see if there's any political fire in there. Is that correct?
That is exactly right. And here's the ironic thing about it is you're looking at a 501c3 group, atheist group, that is petitioning the federal government to threaten the churches in America of losing their 501c3 status if we in some way influence or speak out against cultural issues. And we believe that's fundamentally wrong. If it's going to be an issue of that, then where do they stop regarding our free speech, the pastor's ability and freedom to say whatever is involved in their culture? And we are, number one, highly offended at that. And secondly, we should be able to say whatever, frankly, God puts on our heart to say.
Well, and if you do feel that way indeed, one would say, fine, let's go back and reverse that amendment and fight to have that undone. But as history has proven in recent weeks and months in the past 2 years, the IRS has had some specific targeting, particularly when it comes to a conservative message. So how afraid are you that they're not going to be looking at churches that belong to Jesse Jackson, Joseph E. Lowry, the Vivian, Reverend Sampson? I mean, these are churches with a liberal perspective, those that have gotten behind the last election on the side of President Obama. Do you believe they will be looked at?
Honestly, I do not believe that they will be looked at. If we look at the track record of the IRS of late, it has not been stellar. It has certainly not been fair. And this is something where the American people need to stand up, because if they don't stop at the church issue and keep moving forward, we're talking about not only our First Amendment rights for all American citizens to speak, but churches should be able to speak into the culture. At what point, Elizabeth, do they say, for example, the fact that Jesus Christ came, died on the cross for our sins, rose again from the grave, now that is a political statement, or it causes people to feel uncomfortable? We need to stop that as well. And so that's why we are standing behind the Pulpit Freedom Sunday initiative to speak out on these issues and to exercise our freedoms, frankly.
Well, you well said, and you raised a lot of interesting questions there, Patrick Hibbs. We want to actually thank you for being with us this morning, Pastor. Our best to your congregation there.
Thank you.